Hey guys, what's going on? I want to talk today about becoming a better shooter, becoming what I would call a black belt shooter. And what I mean by that is in traditional martial arts or any even new martial art, in order to become high ranking in that martial art, to become a black belt or even advanced belts like brown belts, red belts, things like that, what does it take to get to that level? And I would submit that what it takes to get to that level, bear in mind I'm not a black belt in anything, but what it takes to get to that level is time, practice, dedication, repetition. So you would not take a white belt beginner student, bring them straight into somebody's studio and put them up against a black belt and expect them to do well. You wouldn't take someone who just started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and put them in the UFC and expect them to defeat someone, who is a high rank in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So in order to get to that level, we have to train, we have to practice, we have to dedicate a lot of our life to that. This is a lot of out-of-pocket expense. This is a lot of time away from home and your family. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into this to become a black belt. When you see a guy that has a black belt that has been tied so many times that it's starting to turn white again, you know what I'm talking about, that guy has had a lot of time in wearing that particular belt. He got to that level and kept on training and kept on learning. So that's one of the hallmarks of what a good martial artist is a person who, even when they reach that high level of experience and knowledge, they continue to learn. They revert back to what's like it is the beginner status. When it's symbolic. When their belt starts to turn white, that is like the full circle coming back to becoming a brand new student and learning all over again. So switch over to firearms and shooting, self-defense, and how many people out there feel like they took their concealed carry course, their 8-hour mandated state course, fired 40 rounds at 7 yards, and now they're equipped to carry a gun. Now they feel like they're ready for a gunfight. That's just not the case. Just like you can't walk into a martial arts studio on your first day, tie on a white belt, and be a grand master, you cannot take a concealed carry course, fire a few magazines full of ammo, and feel like you're prepared somehow to fight with a gun. That's just not the way it works. To get good and proficient at anything, it takes repetition, repetition, repetition. You have to put in time, you have to put in hard work, you have to spend money out of your pocket. Police officers, I'm talking to you, I know because I'm a cop. A lot of cops, if it's not paid for by the department, they don't want to go. That's why most cops only shoot one time a year, and that's at qualifications. If you want to get good at fighting with a gun, if you want to master your craft, you cannot just put a few hours of training in and a few rounds down range and expect to be at that level. You will not. If you want to see embarrassment, let a white belt go into a studio and challenge a black belt instructor to a sparring match or to a grappling match. Now, most men with honor in their dojos would not even acknowledge that challenge and would dismiss that person from their classroom because they understand that they're at so much of a higher level that it is just going to embarrass that student, and it's going to do nothing to put that class or that studio forward or in a good light. Now the difference is, shitheads don't care if you're good with a gun or not. They're not going to just dismiss you as a victim because they don't think that you're going to be able to match them in a gunfight. They don't care. They're just going to kill you. The easier, the better. So becoming a black belt shooter, what I call a black belt shooter, takes time, it takes repetition, and it takes hard work, and it takes money out of your pocket, just like it would in martial arts. So please, for the love of God, don't go to one concealed carry class or maybe even just one commercial training class and feel like you're somehow prepared for a gunfight. You are not. You're living in a dream world if you think that you are prepared after your 8-hour state mandated concealed carry class that literally teaches you nothing but how to put rounds through pieces of paper. That's it. I know because I teach concealed carry classes. I know what our state mandates, and I'm sure that most states that offer concealed carry aren't that different. So if you want to master your craft and get to that next level, seek out training, seek out reputable training. Put the money in, put the time in, put the repetitions in. You will never be a black belt shooter if you're not willing to put in the time and the effort. Thanks for watching, guys.